Hi everyone, this is Spraker, and welcome to Mumbai. Okay, so look, this is actually a pillow, but it's from the Bombay store in a fort. Look, I'll be honest, that's probably as close to Mumbai as we're actually going to get today. The truth is, if I ask most Americans, what do you think of when I say the word Mumbai? The answer is Slumdog Millionaire, the film by Danny Boyle. And the truth is, about a year after I lived in Mumbai, I watched that film again. And as movies go, it's brilliant. But as depictions of Mumbai go, it isn't. I was appalled about how it fetishized Mumbai's poverty and the extent to which it failed to capture the diversity of the city I'd come to call home. You see, I've been in Mumbai slums, and if you want to see those slums through a foreigner's lens, please, for the love of God, stop watching Slumdog and read Catherine Boo's Behind the Beautiful Forevers. This book actually came out while I was in India, and it talks about the Anawati slum next to the airport. It gives a far more nuanced, and if I'm being totally honest here, a far more sympathetic portrayal of the residents of that slum. Now, in his defense, the one thing I do think Boyle got right is that Mumbai is a city of contrast. It's both home to the world's most expensive house and to some of the world's poorest people. And as a foreigner living in that city, I can tell you, either it breaks you or you learn to accept Mumbai for what it is. And I credit one thing with my acceptance of the city on its own terms, and that's reading Indian writing in English. So today, I want to share with you the first book I ever read in India. And on my first full day in the city, I was taking a really jet-lagged walk around the block when I accidentally wandered into a crossword bookstore. And I thought, wow, look, a bookstore! And I don't even have to cross the street to get to it. I quickly found the British and American authors I love, but then I thought, why read John Grisham when I can read an Indian writer instead? I mean, I came all this way. I mean, wouldn't it be nice to read an Indian writer talking about India? Then I found a section labeled Indian bestsellers. And that's where I found this book by Amish, The Immortals of the Meluha. And within 24 hours, I'd read this book and gone back for the second book in the trilogy. I finished that book and then went back for the third book in the trilogy. But guess what? It wasn't out yet. I had to wait 6 long, agonizing months. But it was worth it in the end, because here I am talking to you about the books. Now, Amish is a graduate of the Indian Institute of Management, and it falls into that unique Indian category, the banker/bestseller. And like many best-selling Indian writers, he makes his home in Mumbai just as I did, which is actually why he's being featured today. This story isn't actually set in Mumbai. I will certainly feature some of those later in the series. The Immortals of the Meluha is actually set in 1900 BC and is the first book in Amish's Shiva Trilogy. It's set primarily in northern India in the modern states of Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Rajasthan, and Gujarat, where we started our tour. Meluha is the story of the Hindu god Shiva and his family, including his wife Sati and their sons Ganesh and Karthik. The first book is actually Shiva's origin story. Meluha is a country at war, terrorized by an outside threat. Their only hope is an ancient legend that says, when evil reaches epic proportions, a hero will emerge. Is Shiva that hero, the destroyer of evil that's been prophesied? Well, I'm sorry, you're just going to have to read the book to find out. But first, I suggest you watch the book trailer, because no one in India does book trailers better than Amish. Now, conventional wisdom says book trailers don't sell books, but word of mouth does. Yet, book trailers have played a critical part in Amish's success. After he'd been turned down by more than 20 publishers, Amish and his agent decided to publish the book on their own. And then they created a slick, movie-style book trailer, which, if I were any good at video editing, I would cut to right now. Just go to Amish's website and watch the trailers, okay? Trust me. You won't be disappointed. The strength of the book trailer helped propel sales and actually eventually won him a traditional publishing contract with Westland, one of India's biggest publishers and now part of Amazon. His sales total a staggering 4 million worldwide, and his books have been translated into more than a dozen languages and broken sales records for books translated in India. Now, Meluha actually belongs to a unique Indian genre called mythological fiction, and this is actually the primary rival to the college romance category I talked to you about the other day. Some would say mythological fiction is a bigger selling category, but I would say, you know what? Amish has a huge following. Mythological fiction has a huge following. Let's just split the difference, guys, okay? Now, the great thing about this book for Americans is that unlike many other books in the mythological space, it doesn't assume a high level of cultural context. That's one reason why I could pick the book up on my first day in Mumbai and read it. Indians grow up with the stories of the Ramayana and the Mahabharata epics. They know these gods. I didn't. And neither will most Americans. But Amish makes it easy to understand that universe without all the context and cultural knowledge. The not so great thing about this book is the anachronism. Very often, especially in the lighter books, you get a sense that we aren't really talking about ancient India here, but maybe contemporary India instead. Yet, I think the anachronism actually helps him sell, because Amish was wrestling with deeply philosophical concepts, but in highly approachable ways. This book is really about the struggle between good and evil, and the anachronism helps his audience understand his ideas better and more easily. And ultimately, that's why I recommend his books. They are a great combination of mythology, philosophy, and fantasy storytelling. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for visiting Mumbai with me. We'll return again soon, and the next stop on our tour is my beloved Bangalore. And in the meantime, you can visit me at my blog, jeanspraker.com, find me on Twitter at Magnolia to Mumbai, or on Insta at jeanspraker. So I hope you enjoyed our very brief visit to Mumbai today, and you'll join me again soon. Thanks.